name. What's in store?
All right, everybody. Let's go ahead and get this recorded as well, and we'll get started. Appreciate everybody being here today. Let me go ahead and do that. If we haven't already, we have. All right. Appreciate everybody being here today. My name is Tony Procopio. I am logging in from New Fairfield, Connecticut. Very excited to be here with you tonight for our once a month State of the Company call, where corporate hijacks our normal 8 p.m. business overview to bring us news, updates, information, and all the exciting things that are happening with Think Plus. So can't wait to have you guys listen to what's happening tonight. We've got some exciting information for you tonight and a lot of people promoting. It's really exciting what's happening here with Think Plus. The number of meetings that are ramping up all over the country, the number of customers that are coming aboard, advisors that are coming aboard. We are in hitting momentum phase right now. It is very exciting to be here. So if you're brand new and you're just checking things out with us for the first time as an advisor, you might even be here as a guest tonight. I know we have a few guests plugging in too. You're going to hear from the CEO of the company as well as the corporate leaders that are making things happen in the background. And so without any further ado, let's get started. And I would love to bring up our first speaker tonight. He is the vice president of the company. I've gotten to know him over the past several months, working here with Think Plus. And it's kind of like everything that you see communication wise is all because of this gentleman. All of the great graphics and communication and posts and things like that, it all comes from him and his team and all the people that are working in the background to make things happen. He has a ton of experience in this sector, specifically in the energy sector as well. And so I'd love to bring on our vice president, John Breitbart. John, are you there?
I'm here. Can you hear me?
I can hear you. Absolutely. Let me make sure I get you spotlighted as well, just in case you're not. All right. I think we've got you.
Excellent. Well, thank you so much, Tony. As always, you on top of just being a spectacular person, you're also truly gifted at introductions and emceeing, and it's just it's great kicking off the call with you. And yeah, what a fun experience it's been. We're getting close to the end of the year, right around the time when Think Plus launched. For this time last year, I don't think we even had a name. I think we were working on the comp plan. Like it was beginning to coalesce, but none of what you experience or see really had been created yet. So everything, all of Think Plus, everything you've seen, is all just it's been created within our first year, which is just like astounding. I feel like I've worked 4 years worth in that 1 year period, but it's been so rewarding and so fun to just see it all come together and just see how many people are passionately, diving in as executives and employees and really being dedicated to the cause and also all the passion and dedication in the field. So I'm going to kick off tonight with one of our favorite things to do, which is the top 10 or kind of the top leaders in all these different categories. These are the most customers personally enrolled in electricity for the month of September. So we're going to kick it off. Number 1, Clean Energy Group from Connecticut. 2, Clean Energy Team from Connecticut. 3, Citizens Oil Co-op, Connecticut. Brian Kraft, Ohio. My Energy Doctors in Maine. Lucian Clavitt in Maine as well. Craig Lynch in Maryland. Antoinette Serio in Maine. Someone anonymous in Maine. And Jerry Allen in Ohio. These are our top 10 most electricity customers personally enrolled in the month of September. So congratulations, all of you who made the list. Really incredible accomplishment to be, the top sales in the company for month of September. Pretty amazing. So for community solar now, you'll see a heavy focus on Maine and New York, which is the 2 states we're currently available, but there's more states on the way. So this list will be expanding soon. So Joseph Acosta, Anonymous, Lucian Clavitt, Catherine Hennelly, Anonymous, Lori Buchanan, Anonymous, Richard Grimshaw, Chava Greenfeld, and Meyer Bloom. all residing in New York and Maine. And yeah, congratulations everybody in our top 10 for community solar. Really awesome accomplishment. Next, we have the most Free Energy Club customers. So this is also not just your personal Free Energy Club customers, but customers referred by your Free Energy Club customers as well, because they all count essentially as your personal customers. So with that, we have number 1, Brian Kraft, 2, Nancy Andre, Ernest Davis, David Day, Amy D'Amico, Loretta Clavitt, and Lucian Clavitt, and Anonymous. Well done to support the Free Energy Club and make the most of that program. It's a great accomplishment as well. This next category is the most energy advisors personally sponsored. So number 1, David Fleet, New York. Congratulations, David. Dr. Jameson Lawrence in Maryland. Miles Stallard in Texas. Anonymous, Linda Michieli in Florida. Anonymous in Connecticut. Think Big Partners, I know those guys from Maryland. Anonymous from Texas. Audra Raymond from Texas. HLC Energy Solutions from New York, and another Anonymous from Maryland. So congratulations to all of you for really doing the most to grow Think Plus and to be recruiting and bringing in other energy advisors. So with that, I have the pleasure of introducing our CEO, Michael Falquist. So I first met Michael. It's such a funny story. I don't have time to tell it, but I originally worked for a company called North American Power at a time when Veridian, Michael's old company, was our biggest competitor. So I first met Michael when I was an intern, new to this space, 12, 13 years ago, and he was running our biggest competitor company. So, but even with that, there was no he was just such a good guy. All the people I worked with really enjoyed him. There was a lot of mutual respect, even amongst competitors, right? But to just full circle all these years later, to be invited to join Think Plus and to get to work with Michael and a lot of the other executives and team members from Veridian is just such a cool experience for me. And it's just been an incredible joy to be a part of building this and to work with so many great people and to have leadership that really first and foremost wants everybody to benefit as much as possible. That means the energy advisors, the customers, the employees. Like, one thing I can say about Michael is he's always looking out for what is going to be the best decision for everybody involved. It's never just about what is going to save the most money or, make the most money. It's a rare form of leadership. So with that, Michael, thanks for joining us tonight, and take it away, my friends.
John, I appreciate the introduction, and I did enjoy those fun days we had as competitors. I far prefer you as a teammate. So that is John. It goes without saying, I know everybody who's interacted with you knows you well. You truly are, responsible for so much content, information, strategy, guidance. I mean, you have hair beyond your years as well as wisdom of beyond your years. So we appreciate you having you on the team. Everyone, it is fantastic to be here tonight. I always look forward to our monthly calls. Just gives me a great opportunity to share good news, excitement. Couple things. I mean, it's funny. Fall is really here. It's in the air. I feel like we've in the Northeast, we've gone overnight to winter is coming. So it is. I'm personally looking forward to Hawaii every time I get on these calls or a call with Tony and I see his background. It just gets me excited about warm weather in our future. So I hope so many of you will be on that trip with us. So I wanted to just kick off with topics I love to talk about, right? Just give a few points of our continuous improvement, because if you hear me speak, you always hear me say two things: continuous improvement and do the right thing. We did a lot in the past month, and there's a lot more coming. on the compensation side, I think these are all things that are well known, but just, introducing the 2-level mentor cab at the beginning of September. And then at last month's call, we introduced the double and triple cabs for community solar, which obviously makes that program even more competitive in all the markets. And then, removing the restriction around the 40% rule applying to personal customers. Obviously that's a huge compensation upgrade for those of you who, may or may not want to build a team, but just want to go out and refer our great products to your customers, right? We want to give you the same opportunity to be successful. So all those compensation upgrades were introduced in the last month. Another big thing we did was, introduce 12-month clean electricity products in all of our markets. Our goal there is to provide as competitive as products to as many, different types of people as possible. So the 12-month, ultimately may be better than the 36-month, but again, sticking to the core principles we have of price certainty as our core value proposition, clean electricity as our core value proposition to consumers. And then obviously the other big one we did in the last month was we announced on our State of the Company call launching into New Jersey and Maryland. I know there is a ton of excitement out there around that. For all the people in my old company, my phone has been lit up quite a few times with people who were involved with the last company and heard community solar is coming to New Jersey. It is true, it is real. So get excited about that. But all those are things we've talked about. But this next one is new. One of the pieces of feedback we've had in the Texas market since we've opened is obviously, a whole lot of people they can't switch because they're subject to an early termination fee. So what we are introducing tonight in the continuous improvement category is our Think ETF Buster product. So what it means is customers who enroll in this product will be available to receive up to $200 in bill credits if they have to pay an early termination fee to switch to our product. The good news, it's not only coming soon, it's actually available in the cart today. So great news for customers. I mean, the electricity rate. So the difference between this product and the other product. So it's only a 36-month product. Customers who there's a $9.99 monthly fee associated with this product versus a $4.99 monthly fee. And the product is not eligible for rate buydowns. And that is because, we can't pay someone's ETF and then have them switch to a different product, because obviously we're betting on that customer staying with us the life of the term. So this is a great product. It gives you all the features that has clean electricity of our other products, price certainty, but now you can answer that question for a customer who says, I can't switch because I have to pay an ETF. Because if our rate is still attractive and they get that cash to pay that ETF, there's no reason they won't switch to our product. So I am really excited about watching what this product is going to do in the Texas market, because again, it's just about enabling you guys to be as successful as possible. So moving on, everybody knows I am a massive environmentalist. This is, I view this business as a platform to make positive change. And our partnership with One Tribe is really important to me. Everybody knows we protect 50 trees for every customer enrolls, be it community solar or electricity. One of the neat things about One Tribe is they produce a impact report for our business. We just got our impact report for the first half of 2023. So for the period from January 1st through June 30th. It's available on thinksuccess.plus. I gotta tell you, take a minute, go read it. I'm going to review some of the highlights, but that's only to get you excited, because we want you to see it, because you should be really proud of this partnership and how you're contributing to it. So impact so far. So this is as of the 30th of June. Just over 1.3 million trees protected. Pretty substantial impact. What's really exciting about it is it takes it into equivalencies. So if trees protected, you like to think about it in different, whether it's tons of carbon stored or, car emissions removed. We have these equivalencies. I mean, this is the value of old growth forests and protecting them, in my opinion, is the second one there, which is tons of carbon stored. Right? These are truly the lungs of the earth. And the reason you got to protect old growth trees is because they are the ones that are processing all this carbon that we as humans are creating. And so really exciting, the impact we made. Again, guys, we just got started with this just a pretty short period of time ago. What else was really neat in the report is it digs into the different projects around the world that our contributions are benefiting. And this is pretty neat because it appeals to all different types of people, kind of no matter where you are or what your background is, right? So we're currently, our support is going to protect projects in Canada, Mexico, Colombia, Brazil, Bolivia, Peru, the Democratic Republic of Congo, Mozambique, and Sumatra. So what's really neat is it shows all the different projects, and then it gives a detailed breakdown of the different projects, and it gives you information so you can learn more. And what's cool is every quarter as we get these reports, we're going to be updating. You're going to see kind of how our contributions, where they're going. I mean, I can see this evolving, to where we, begin to dictate, like where do we want our funds to go? What's most important to us? And I think there's a great opportunity over time for us to engage with these projects, because again, it's about protecting the trees, but there's a whole biodiversity aspect, and the people who live there, and basically protecting their lifestyles. So really interesting. What's pretty special in my opinion is, because a lot of times when you hear things, I'm protecting, I'm doing this, you don't really know where kind of the sport is going or what your impact is. A couple things. We receive every quarter from this partner. We know where every dollar of money goes, so we know exactly how our funds are being used to protect. It's all done in partnerships. One Tribe is basically a facilitator of companies like ours to be able to make an impact, but ultimately the group that's doing the protection is called the Rainforest Trust. Really cool in the report is you've got a letter from the Rainforest Trust verifying it, and then the Rainforest Trust is, if you're familiar with validating different types of NGOs, Charity Navigator is a great spot where it will, let you know exactly how that organization is rated. What's cool about Rainforest Trust is they're 100%. So the impact we're making is real, it's significant. That makes me really excited to talk about. What does that mean? What's really exciting is, there's a nice looking gentleman. So Rick Porteous is the CEO of One Tribe. He's a gentleman who I've gotten to know really, really well. He loves our model. He kind of sees our partnership growing over time. And that's why I think we have a lot we can do with this partnership and really tailor it to what we want, what our culture wants. But Rick is a guy who is an amazing entrepreneur, environmentalist. He started One Tribe in 2019. He created a tokenized rainforest protection NFT. This guy is pretty special. He's a long background in marketing, which he's basically applying for climate good. And he's been featured in pretty impressive publications. So I called Rick the other day, and I think one of the things that, again, gets me most excited, or one of the things we do really well, is obviously as a partner to him to protect rainforest. So I invited Rick to be our speaker at our upcoming event, and he agreed. He's coming actually all the way over from London. He is really excited to be there. We were just, John and I were the other day talking about his keynote, and you don't want to miss it. It's going to be really good, and then he's going to be there throughout the weekend, and just a great opportunity if you're at that event to connect with him and share your vision and learn more, because it's a part of our value proposition that needs to be unpacked, and having him there is really going to do it, because I think a lot of people on this call don't even understand how significant it is. So obviously the regional event is coming up at Foxwoods, November 11th. We already have had a ton of registrations for it. The event is actually sold out, or with the original design for the layout of the room. We have figured out how to reconfigure and fit in 100 additional seats. So exciting news, sold out. Even better news, it's going to be even more cramped. But you're not going to want to miss it. You're going to have Rick. You're going to have all the corporate speakers. You're going to have all the leaders there talking about their success. It's going to be the Proton unveil. It's going to be a great time, and we're going to have a lot of fun. There's quite a few announcements around. Once the day of hard work is done, an evening of a lot of fun for us to enjoy. So, you don't want to miss it. So, anyways, Tony and team, it was great to be here on the call. Someone else needs to take over the sharing, I believe.
Yeah, Mike, I think John will be taking over the sharing if he can. I believe that he's going to be doing that. Yep. All right. There we go. Mike, thank you so much for that. We love having you on the call. Just amazing what you've put together here and what you've been able to navigate, through this incredible, intricate waterway of the electricity market over the past, that I've watched you over the past year and a half or so. It's just amazing to me. And to throw that thing on us right there, a surprise about Texas. I mean, you didn't tell even one person about that. That's amazing. So thank you so much for that.
We all know, Tony, if you tell anybody, you tell everybody. So secrets are important. But that's another reason people have to come to the event. There is something amazing that is going to be, we want to make it rewarding for people to be at the event in person, because it's so good for the culture. It's so good for everybody who's there. So more surprises coming, my friend.
All right. Fantastic. Well, look, we really appreciate your leadership and everything that you're doing for us. And it's just it allows me to rest easy at night knowing that, you and the team here at Think Plus have the advisor's best interest at heart. And that's what I see. And that's what and it's not by words. It's not by you saying it. It's by the things that you've done. And I've watched it, close up and from a distance, and it's amazing to see. So thank you again for being here with us and for leading the way with us.
I appreciate it. Thanks, Tony.
All right, thank you. I think we're going to shift to our another person at the company here who is making a major impact as well, and that is our Senior Vice President, Brad Tales. We're really excited. Anytime you can get around Brad Tales, you want to do this, you guys. I mean, anytime he's at an event, just like with Mike Falquist, when they're at events, you want to be there. The things rub off on you, and Brad rubs off on you. I find myself quoting him, and just like I do with Mike as well and John, I find myself quoting Brad and bringing things to, he points out things to you in a certain way, and makes you think a little bit differently about things than you did before. And that's always a good thing. It's always a good thing to get multiple perspectives on things. And Brad is very good at doing that and pointing out the obvious and the inobvious. So Brad, I appreciate you being here. Let me make sure we get you spotlighted here in the window as well. I think that we can do that. Let me go ahead and do that right now. All right. I think we have you on the screen. Yes, I can see you now. So Brad, take it away. Senior Vice President here at Think Plus.
Well, thanks, Tony. Can you hear me okay?
I can hear you fine.
Well, thanks a lot, buddy, for those kind words, and right back at you, and right back at Michael and John. It's easy sometimes to do the right thing when everyone's looking, right? You're in a car accident. You got 50 people that watched you smash into something. You're probably going to leave a note. You're probably going to wait around, right? Because you got so many people that watched you. But if you're by yourself and you smash into that car, do you leave a note? Do you stick around, right? It's easy to do it when everyone's watching. It's not as easy to do it when people aren't watching you. And that's the thing I like most about Michael Falquist is he does the right things when no one's looking. Like that ETF that he just dropped on us tonight, right? You didn't know about that, did you, Tony? Nope.
I did not, Brad. I had no idea that that was coming.
Exactly right. So it's just everything he does is to help everyone build their business. So again, I've said this before. He's a rarity in this space after 35 years. Not many people, I'm going to say no one, is like Michael Falquist leading the ship because he definitely has our best interests at heart. So, and John Breitbart, the same thing. When you get to know John Breitbart and feel the passion he has for every single person, you cannot not love the guy. You just cannot. I don't know one person on this planet that does not love John Breitbart. So thanks to John for everything you do. So let's go. I don't know how to click through there, but let's go. 2024 Leadership Summit. Folks, I've said this. I said this a million times, and there's two secrets, two in network marketing. One is to be at this event right here, to be at the yearly events, win those trips. It's life changing. It's priceless. The bonds that you build at these events with people from all across the country who will help you build your business is life changing. And again, you can ask every single person that went to Punta Cana. Some of the people that went to Punta Cana weren't sure about Think Energy. They weren't sure about Think Plus. They're like, I'm not sure if I want to put my full time effort in this. I'm still evaluating. You talk to every single one of them. They came back from that event. It's like, okay, you solidified it. Done deal. So next screen, you have to be here, folks. And we've put so many, this is ridiculous. We've put so many ways to earn this trip. I've never seen this in 35 years. Usually it's one way. That's it. You hit this regional director and above, you get to go. Sorry, you didn't hit it, right? But we've put so many things in place here. Regional director, and of course, earns a trip. Anything above that earns a little bit extra special trip. I'm not going to berate that. Go to the next slide, please. Same thing. Next slide, please. And then also we said, you know what? Let's reward the directors who didn't quite hit a regional director, right, in that time period. Let's take the two top open line directors within the qualified period and bring them as well. And what that means is if you're a director, if you're Eric Vayu and you've got Sean Gagney on your team, well, Eric doesn't get to count Sean's production to go to this trip. He gets to count other people on his team that aren't under Sean, but Sean gets Sean's a director. He gets to count those people. Eric has to build other legs or work with other teams that aren't directors to qualify to be one of the top two open line directors. So again, so folks, you may say, well, I'm not a director yet. God bless you, because you get that once, let's say you're a senior energy advisor and you hit director the last day of the year. Guess what volume you get to count? All the volume underneath you, right? Because you probably didn't have any directors underneath you, and it's all open line to you. So that's another way to qualify. Next slide, please. Now we wanted to reward the people in Texas. Earn the rank of director with a minimum of 400 Texas team call-overs. Of course, it's subject to the 40% rule, and you're coming along too. So Texas is taken care of. Again, third way to earn a way to this trip. And then we said, you know what? Let's really mess people up. Let's put a raffle together. Let's start building off this mentor bonus. And for the people who are the top people to earn the mentor bonus, 2 points for a level 1, 1 point for a level 2. But let's even make it crazier. Let's just say someone enrolled one person who got one customer. We're going to have a raffle, and you too. So you can have literally one person who joins it by the end of this October 31st, who got one customer, and we have a raffle, and they're going to Hawaii, which is, this, folks, is not a cheap trip. Not a cheap trip at all. So again, we put so many ways to qualify, Tony. It makes me confused sometimes. So just all I can say, folks, you need to be at that event. And then I'll just reiterate the regional as well. Secret number 2 is building from event to event. You want to be in Foxwoods on November 11th. there's going to be a major incentive for the people who not only buy tickets, but show up at the event. So we already know that there's a raffle for free energy. That's pretty good. That's pretty cool. $2,000 of free energy for someone who's a customer with Think Energy, and they win that raffle. Great, right? It's going to be a really cool one with ping pong balls with your name. When you get there, you're going to put your name on a ping pong ball, a Think Energy ping pong ball, possibly throw it in the thing, and we pull it out of the wheel on stage. It's going to be really cool. So that's great, but it's even more valuable for people who are at the event than winning the free energy. So all I can say, folks, and again, this is what I'll say: the top people who have the most people at that event will be our top money earners the next quarter, in the second quarter. It happens all the time. That's just the way it is, right? It's absolutely incredible, folks. So make sure you get to that event. Here's our top achievers already that are qualified for the event: Kurt and Tricia Horan, Think Big Partners, Diana and Tony Procopio, Lisa and Jim Kenny, Brendan Kenny, Ed Kenny, Julie Brosis and guest, and John and Lela Piontek. So, and there's so many people that'll be there. Again, I just showed you 15 ways to qualify for the trip. There's going to be a lot more people coming, but I get to show you who's winning. One of the ways to get there, the Top Mentor Leadership Board. And here you have it. Number 1, Charles Jones. Number 2, Kenny Enterprise, or Think Big LLC, which should be there. So here's what I like about Tony, Ed, Brendan, and Jim. They talk the talk and walk the walk, right? They're already qualified, and they're number 2 on this board. So they're doing what it takes to get there. Phyllis Perkins, Shava Greenfield, Malka Hirsch, Kylie Andre, Teresa Bouchard, Johnny Duque, Zachary Pogue, Don and Brenda Boyd, George Stefano, Jim Gergansis, Nick Parenti, Bella Weisberg, Jerry Allen, Alma Lee Pace, Ann Brooks, Vincent Imperial, and Jessica Clavitt. Congratulations to all of you, and I apologize if I mispronounce anybody's name. Texas promotions. Okay. Texas qualification for the summit. We've increased the points. Band 1's worth 1, Band 2's worth 2, Band 3's worth 3. And they're permanent, folks. So sign up as many customers as you can on your team, and those points never expire. You get 100 customers that are Band 3 within the promotion period. Guess what? They're counting for 300 points 10 years from now, 15 years from now, 20 years from now. It's unbelievable, folks. You want to get to the leadership summit. That's all I'm going to say about that. Events. We got the virtual events, business orders, jumpstart trainings, Connecticut certifications trainings, launch tour event. These are all in your ThinkSess.plus events, folks. I talked to people the other day who've been in the business and they didn't even know that was available. I'm going, do you ever go in your back office? You know, I was talking to the Leadership Council. What day was it? Friday last week. And I'm excited about commissions. I asked everyone on the thing, have you looked in your back office yet? Because we just did a true up with Maine customers. So there was tens and tens and tens and tens of thousands of dollars that just flew through the compensation plan. So I asked Eric, you go look in your back office yet? Nice check. I asked some of the other people out there. I get excited about that because I get to see your checks before you get to see your checks. So don't think you're not going to get a call from me in the future that says, holy crap, did you see what your partner rev share was, that portion? Let's go, folks. We're just getting started. The New England Regional event, folks, I can't stress this enough. We just reconfigured the room. Hopefully the fire marshal is on board with it. No, he is. He's approved it. So we have 100 more spots in that room. Okay, it will sell out. It will sell out fast. If you do not get, if you're within driving, if you're within flying distance, I'm telling you, it's going to be a life-changing event that you're not going to miss. And once you hear what we did for the people that got there, you go, Brad told me, Eric told me, Big John told me, Tony told me that they're doing something special for the people at the event. I didn't think it would be that special. I didn't think it would be, you know, you're gonna feel terrible for not coming. So make sure you're there, folks. Again, I believe, what's today? Today's Monday. Those 100 tickets will be gone by the end of the week. There's no doubt about it. Easy. Probably they may be gone by Wednesday. So make sure you're there. Next slide, please. Think Launch Tour, Maryland, November 16th. Put it on your calendar. You've got some of the greatest people in our company there. You got Ernest Davis, Shelley Weems, Kim and Jim Mason, Senior Director, Founding Energy Advisor Ed Kenny, and you got Michael Falquist there. Again,
Google.
one of the things that the secrets is building from event to event, whether it's a regional event, whether it's a national event, whether it's a trip event, and these events. Make sure you pack the place out. Next, please. Texas Launch Tour. We're in Lubbock on December 4th. I should have the locations finalized this week. We're Dallas on the 5th, December 5th, Houston on the 6th, and back to Lubbock again on the 7th. Now, folks, here's the beautiful thing about Lubbock. If you don't know, they've never been deregulated before. They've been an outcast. The rest of Texas has been able to deregulate. Lubbock has not. So do you think they're ready and willing to go? Yes. They've been hearing about the entire rest of the state that's been able to choose their energy provider, but they've been locked for years. Well, folks, the keys, the lock's coming off, the keys are opening it up. And if you want to make a big impact on your business, get to Lubbock. Get your people to Lubbock, right? Own Texas. And I've said this before. If you just focused on Texas and have anybody else in any state, you can own this thing. Just Texas. And again, the same thing, right? Maine, New York. So I want to, that's enough on that. Thank you. I want to celebrate our newly promoted regional energy advisors. Now, this is key, folks. Regional energy advisor is the first earned rank. And that's going to be very much key in November 11th. This is a very key rank. That's all I'm going to say. This is a very, very, very key rank. And you're going to find out more about that. I get to congratulate the people who just hit Regional Energy Advisor. And there's a lot of them. William Clinton, Jessica Clavitt, William Shaw, New Energy Doctors, Ruth Ann Hackenberg, Larry Switzer Jr., Brian Kraft, Catherine Henley, Jerry Allen, Christopher Healy, Joseph Solomon, Derek DeSurze, Jessica McVigor, Daniel Byers, Joy Imperial, Clover Greenfield, Oil Co-op, Ann Brooks, Terry Ormsby, Clean Energy Team, Dale Claus, and Sarah DeSurze. Joseph Acosta, Linda Elder, Tyler Natasha, Yakov Frankel, Chaya Lieberman, Hershey Schwartz, Samantha Santa Barbara, Zach Mullen, Concita Brook, Daniel Allard, and Linda Duquette. Let me just say something right here. Let me tell you how powerful being at these events are. Punta Cana, Samantha Santa Barbara was sitting down with Mike Falquist and said, you know what? I've got 50, 75, 100 customers, but I'm not promoted to a regional energy advisor because I don't have my team. But I like getting customers. I'm really good at it. Michael said, that's not fair. You should be able to promote on your own personal customers. She said, I know. Say no more. We'll get the programming done and let's go. Next one, please. Anthony Sapina, Henry Fuchsman, Billy McCone, Nancy Hill, Craig Ditson, Ying Ying Yu, H. Heckstein, Josie Gutierrez, Ruchi Fish, and Tanette Sirio, and R. Segelbaum. Congratulations to all of you. Senior Energy Advisors. Now, folks, this is the second earned spot. What's the beauty about this spot? It opens up rank infinity pay, meaning you get paid $1 on every customer that comes in on your team to infinity. It could be on level 100 down to the next senior energy advisor. Folks, that's very, very powerful. $1 on every customer down to your next senior energy advisor. And when someone on your team becomes senior energy advisor or a couple, guess what that probably did for you? Moved you up to director, where you pick up another portion. So, folks, very, very key rank right here. Congratulations to all of you. Citizens Oil Co-op Inc. hit Senior Energy Advisor in September. And then the next slide, please. Director, this is a very good one too. So not only did Citizens Oil Group hit Senior Energy Advisor, but they hit Director in the month of September as well. They double dipped on the rank advancement bonuses, so that they'll be paid out here shortly. But Director, key rank in our system. We talk about it all the time in our comp plan. It opens up coding. Now Citizens Oil Group, every person that they sponsor as an EA, they're coded to them for life. So you could sponsor Tony, who sponsors John, who sponsors Michael, who sponsors Eric, who sponsors Big John, and they become senior partners. And they're in your director coding for life. And then when they start building their team, that's your second generation coding that pays the same as first. Plus, you pick up another rank infinity chunk of cash for hitting directors. So, folks, get the director. That's all I got to say. Next, please. Senior director. This is a person I've come to love and hate. Love him because he's just an unbelievable guy. Hate him because he was one of my partners at our golf trip in Punta Cana, and he's terrible. Absolutely terrible golfer. Just kidding, Kirk. You're not terrible. Yes, he's pretty terrible. But we had a great time. We had a lot of fun, and he's tore through the ranks. He's the fastest person to every rank except senior director, and I know that he doesn't like that. And because he's a very competitive guy. But I got to meet his wife Tricia as well, and I can say this because you could say the same about me. He married up, so did I, and he's become a great friend, a great guy. He truly cares more about his people than he does about himself. It's not about him at all. Kirk, are you there? I'd love you to say a few words.
Hey, Brad, I'm here. Can you hear me?
I can, buddy. Sorry, I had to throw that golf comment in there.
Yeah, no, golf is not my forte by any means, but I do love the game. I'm the most fun on the golf course.
No doubt about it, buddy.
Yeah, anyways. Yeah, no, listen, I am again, I'm grateful to the advisors, the Kennys and Tony, for having the vision when they met with all of you and Michael. This team, this executive team has been amazing. I mean, people throw out ideas and you guys incorporate it. It's just incredible to watch everything that's going on with this company. I have to remind people sometimes that, we're only 7 months in now, and they want everything already. I said, be patient. We got to have things to announce to keep the momentum going. So, I'm grateful for the people I'm working with. In every state we have wonderful leaders, and people caught the vision. You're right. The people who made the Punta Cana trip, they definitely got fired up after that. We all know that, this is an event-driven business, and you got to get your people plugged into these events to get them motivated to keep going. And that's one thing I think that I've always been good at, is getting people plugged into the events, whether it's the Zooms, the live events. I like to try to have, like you said, I'm competitive about it, but it's for their sake, not necessarily for my own sake, because I know the more people they get in that room, the more momentum they're going to build. And we're all in this game for the same reason, financial freedom, time freedom, personal development. It's all happening as you grow in this business. And I'm just very grateful for the team I have. I think, if I'm not mistaken, Don Boyd might have became the first director in the state of Texas. So that's pretty exciting as well. I know you don't announce him within that month, but I want to give him a shout out because he's actually going in for hip surgery. So he's going to be down for the count for a little while. So people have been working hard. We've had people traveling on. Texas is no joke. To go from Corsicana or Dallas to Lubbock is not a short trip. And we had a lot of people go out to Lubbock. We had a great group of people show up at a meeting. It was exciting. I'm extremely excited about the future of where this company's going. Everything, you and Michael said at that first meeting in Connecticut has been coming true. And, I'm just grateful for all the people, cross line, up line, down line. Thank you, John and Lella. They're just such hospitable people. They roll out the red carpet for you. They're just wonderful people. Amazing. John's loud and boisterous, but he's got a heart the size of Texas. And, that's what I feel like that's what we attract. And that's the people we're working with. And I'm grateful for it. So thank you for having me on.
Well, we're grateful for you, buddy, in your leadership. And it's funny you mentioned, and I should have mentioned it, about the regional. I just did a spreadsheet showing everyone who's registered for the regional thus far. And guess who's leading the pack with more people coming from their team than any other team on the in the company right now? And that's you, Mr. Horan. So congratulations. And that didn't surprise me when I was putting the list together and pulling up the uplines on the TLC. It was Kirk. So congratulations, buddy. Keep doing.
We're gonna try to grab that 100 tickets you got left. So everybody who's interested in going to this event, which I encourage everyone to get there, we're gonna try and grab all 100 of them. So it's go time.
All right, buddy. Well, thanks for everything you've done, buddy. Thanks for being a good friend. Say hi to Tricia for me. And I'm going to bring up the founding energy advisors, Tony, Ed, Brendan, and Jim. I don't know if Brendan's going to make it, just to say a few words about you, congratulate you. And then they're going to turn it over to Big John to close this out. So guys, go ahead.
All right, fantastic. Wow, that's been incredible. Congratulations, Kirk. What an incredible job. I mean, I said it in the chat, senior director is no joke, but the thing I know about it is that, when people lead the way and make it happen, there's other people that realize, hey, if they can do it, then I can do it too. And that's where we are, and it's an exciting time to be all the people that promoted tonight. I mean, just incredible. What a lineup of regional energy advisors, Brad. I mean, you were almost out of breath there, going through all those people. I was like, I couldn't believe it. I'm like, wow, we're really ramping up, making things happen. So really excited about what's going on. And, it's just an amazing time to be part of this and really to be able to see all of the success that people are having because of what what Kirk just said. Back in December, early at the first meeting ever, Mike said, hey, we're going to do this, and he's right. All these things are happening, and even then some. So I'm really excited about it. I'll turn it over to Jim and Ed and Lisa. I see Lisa on there. Hi, Lisa.
Yeah, no, Tony, that was great. Everybody, that was what a great call. Congratulations to everybody who ranked up, seeing all those names. Brad kind of alluded to a little something about November 11th, but there's a couple things about November 11th. One is that next time we do a company corporate call, it's going to be a lot more names on that list. I can guarantee you that right now. That's that. Second is just to remind everybody that November 11th, we're going to have an opportunity to celebrate our anniversary. It's 35 years that day, and you're all going to be blessed to be with us for that day. So the more that can come, that's not the big surprise, by the way. That's not the big deal, but that's just a benefit, right? But let me just say real quick, this last month of September was spectacular. We started it by going up to Maine and celebrating the people in Maine, right? Because Maine was where we launched this company, right? Maine is where we put our flag, in the ground saying we're coming, right? And Maine was really important because we needed to conquer some community solar things that have been a challenge for the industry forever. And we did it. Maine did it. And man, is our name on the map, not just in Maine, but all over the country. So that's how our month started. Went up there, celebrated with the leaders up there, had a great golf tournament. Tony and Diana played for the first time. A lot of people, 8 people, I think, out of 16 or 14 played for the first time ever, right? It was so much fun. And then we got home. We were home for a day or two, and we picked up and went off to Texas. And how great was Texas? Tony, Brad, you guys were there. Was that a great launch? I mean, that was super exciting. I am just beyond excited to see what's going to happen in December, right? When we come out of November 11th meeting, and then we're back in there with that people. The rooms, I think, are going to be busting at the seams. And then we flew home. We were literally home less than 24 hours. And we got in our car, or we actually got on a plane and went up to Massachusetts for 10 days, right? So I've been in New Jersey, where I live, for like 3 days in the month of September. But man, this is fun. I mean, I'm not complaining at all. Again, congratulations to everybody. Kirk and Tricia, I can't congratulate you enough. I mean, to watch the work that you've done and the way you've been, just with the way you are with your team. Everybody's so plugged in and excited about this. And I can't wait to see. The rank ups that are going to be happening in the fourth quarter of this company are going to be amazing. So thank you all.
Awesome. Kirk. Congratulations. I know that you're eagerly trying to get to partner, and now the game is on. Okay. So I'm Ed Kenny. I'm up in Nantucket Island right now. And you know, I'm in Maryland. I live in Maryland. I've been waiting for Maryland to come along and be a competitive state for ever since the inception of the company, right? And all of a sudden, we get great news in August saying that starting in September, Maryland is actually in play. So all of a sudden, September comes around and we start setting up meetings. We're doing 3 or 4 meetings every week. We've got a great group of leaders down there. And as soon as it comes and starts getting really good, I had planned a trip to Nantucket Island, 6 months earlier. So I had to tell the team that has been building, and I give a lot of credit. Ernest, Shelley, Julius, Dr. Lawrence, Tanya, George, thank you guys for continuing the meetings while I've been up here. But I come up here on a fishing sabbatical every year. I love to fish. And I've been, kind of assimilating fishing to network marketing, because as soon as I get to the island, I go to the fish store and ask what lures I need to use to catch the fish, right? And where are the fish biting? So they give me this information. I go to the experts to find out where I can catch the fish and what I need to catch the fish with. Then I go to the beach and I start surf casting. And you get 10 casts in and you're like, there's no fish here. But all of a sudden there is. You get a nibble and you're like, oh my God, that's crazy. You go to another cast, you catch a fish, and now you're there for the day and you're having fun. It's just like recruiting, right? You're trying to land fish all the time, and you can never catch them unless you throw the cast out there. You got to cast, you got to fish to catch fish. That's the craziest part about it. But listen, a couple years ago, I was fishing and I caught a huge whale, biggest whale you'd ever catch. And attached to the whale was this little minnow. And they're the people I'm going to introduce you to next. Big John and Lela, you're standing there. Big John's obviously the whale, and accompanied by the little minnow, Lela. Come on up and close the meeting out for us, guys.
Well, hey, Ed, thanks a lot. I've been following your Facebook post with all of those little fish. They are little, Ed. I'll say that, but I admire you, Ed, what you do and what all of you do as leaders. Michael Falquest, we're following you. We have trust in you, and Kirk Coran. When you make phone calls, Ed, and you make Kirk Coran one of your first phone calls, and you don't let him off the hook. And you don't let guys like Kirk Coran and Sadre Jambalaya and Matt Payne and Kenny Cloutier and so many other great people, just don't let them off the hook, folks. Don't let the people you care for off the hook, because this opportunity is life-changing, right? Congratulations to Kirk and Tricia. Leaders like you, people can only dream about having next to you an opportunity such as this. But I want to talk more specific about our regional event. At the time when I first got into network marketing, I just signed up on a Friday night. I didn't know what it was about. And 2 weeks later, somebody told me, hey, John, there's a big event going on in Atlantic City. I don't know why. But me blowing off 5 estimates of my traditional business, telling my wife to reschedule them, driving 2.5 hours on a Saturday morning to Atlantic City, changed my life forever, folks. Changed our lives forever. I got a chance to see what it was like to hear the stories, to listen to the people that were walking across the stage. And I said, wow, there's something to this. And I started going to work. I started dreaming about having that financial freedom that people talked about. I can tell you this, folks, there's a lot of people out there right now that are hurting. People that have pensions, it ain't going to be enough for them. Your retirement's not going to be enough. If you're in real estate, the market's not favorable. If you're in the mortgage business, it's not favorable. We have something right now that's lucrative and favorable for every human being we walk past. I just say to every one of you, if I could shake you, I'd probably shake you and tell you, make every effort you have to go to that event and make that decision that I'm telling you has the potential to change your life. I love everything about this company. I'm coming to New Jersey next week, later this week, I'm sorry. I'm doing a big meeting with Sadre and Bella Wurtzberger, Brendan Kenny, Jim Kenny. I'm sure we'll see Lisa Kenny. Get everybody you know. New Jersey's a market. You're going to be able to hit pay dirt. Maryland, Texas, Massachusetts, wherever we're at. Don't cheat yourself. Don't cheat your family. And just put your head down and go to work. And we're here to help. Brad, I appreciate all the advisors. Tony, Eddie, Jim, Lisa, Brendan, my brother from another mother. Love you guys, and I appreciate all you do. And let's all go to work, guys.
Well, thanks a lot, Big John, and thanks everybody, Ed and Tony and Jim, for closing this thing. I'll just tell you what, folks. Since the event started at 8 o'clock, told you we have 100 tickets left. I get a ding on my phone for every ticket that's sold. Ding, 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 ding. My phone's dinging off the hook. So do not procrastinate, folks. I don't think it'll make it through the end of this week. It may not make it till Wednesday. So go get your ticket. Take whatever the person on the call today moved you to get to that event. You're not going to regret it. It's going to be life-changing, and can't wait to see you all there. Thanks, everyone. God bless.
Have a good
Take
night,
care,
guys.
all.
Thanks a lot, Brad. Thanks, everybody.
Thanks,
Brad,
everybody.
thank you, Tony.
Guys.
Thanks, John.
Thanks, Tony.
Congratulations, Kirk.
Awesome.
Great job,
Everybody, it was
guys.
great.
Great
Congrats.
job, guys.
Lisa, I'll be in New Jersey as well.
All right.
All right.
Thank you, everybody. I appreciate you all.
See you all in New Jersey. Thank you
Let's
so
all
much.
pray for the Patriots.
Patriots. How about
They
the
need
Orioles?
help.
Thanks, everyone. Have a good night. George and Barb from Connecticut.
Outstanding.
God bless you all. Coach Francie from York, Pennsylvania.
Cheers, Coach.
Thank you, sir.
We'll meet you soon, Coach Francie.
She's a great one.
Yes, indeed. Oh, well, thank you so much. Y'all are for real. Okay.
Night, all.
Good night.
Not all.